Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh. Welcome back to another video. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Josh Tryhane, and today, as you guys can see by the title and from behind me, I'm going to be reviewing the 2020 Jaguar F-Type. Now, this is an R dynamic, so this car goes for around $117,000, and it has 550 horsepower and a V8 5-liter engine. So today we're going to be looking at this car, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the exterior and some cool things on the interior, and then I'm going to take it on a drive and show you guys exactly how it is to drive it and what it feels like. So yeah, thank you to Portfolio for giving me the car for the day. If you guys aren't sure what Portfolio is, it is a car subscription service based in Vancouver, BC, and you can do what I'm doing right now with their Platinum tier. You can do 4 flips a month between luxury cars like this one. They have a whole fleet online that you guys can look at if you're interested in it, so I will put a link in my description. But yeah, today we're going to be reviewing the 2020 Jaguar F-Type, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna look at on the F-Type is we're gonna look at the exterior, and I just wanted to point out some things that I noticed and some things that I think are really cool about it. As you guys can see, just looking at the front of it, it has a very aggressive look. Now, another thing that stands out to me is the headlights. When the running lights are on, these long strips along the side light up. So they're just like the LED lights, but I think that it looks really cool when they're on. So one thing that I noticed about this car is that because, as you guys can see, the way the car is shaped, the engine is at the front, and so it doesn't really leave much room in the back of the car, which when you're driving it, it's one thing that you really notice. When you're going around a corner and you're trying to handle this car, you can really feel that the front end is really heavy, and so it leaves the back tires to kind of spin out and want to fishtail when you're going fast. Now, one thing that also you guys will notice on this car is that the front brakes, if I bring you guys closer, the front brakes are massive. Like, you can just see like how big those brake calipers are. And then when you go to the back of the car, you can see that there's just a little tiny brake caliper. So yeah, that's one thing that I kind of noticed as soon as I saw the car, was that obviously there's more weight in the front of the car. But yeah, the way the car is shaped and everything, it just looks really nice. And then my favorite part of the car is the back end of it. So when you're looking at it like this, I feel like this car just has an amazing design. So also, when you guys are looking at the back of this car, all 4 of those exhausts work. None of them are like stereos or just like fake exhausts. They all do their job. And also, you guys can see just like the front lights, the back lights are designed really nice to kind of shape the car, like with those really cool lines. And yeah, you guys can also see that the roof is majority glass, which gives it a really cool look. It kind of like just blends all in right here and makes it look really nice. But yeah, this is the back end of the car, and this is probably my favorite angle of the car right here. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick look at what the key looks like. This is just a standard fob for the F-Type, but as you guys can see, there's like a button on it right here that has like a light symbol. So what this is when you push it, I guess if you're in a parking lot or it's dark out and you can't find your car, you just push this light button and it turns your lights on. So that's kind of a cool, unique feature of the F-Type. And then you can just see all the other buttons are standard, but yeah, that one helps you if you need to find your car somewhere. Another little quick feature that I wanted to show you guys is how you actually open the doors, because as you guys can see, this is like a very modern design that I feel like a lot of cars are doing now. So 2 ways to open it. You just push the unlock button on your keys and it pops out, and you can just pull it and it opens. Now, another way to do it is if you have just the key in your pocket, you can just push this button and it'll pop out again and you can open your door. So it's really cool. I think that these designs look really nice, and I think that a lot more cars are gonna start doing that, but that's what the F-Type has. All right, now I'm gonna bring you guys inside the F-Type, and we're gonna look at some of the really cool interior features that this has. I think that there are definitely some things worth noting. One thing actually when you're getting in the car is that it's pretty low. This is raised up pretty high, but then the inside of the car is very low. So you have to step over this thing, and then it feels like you're really getting down into something that's like super small. But when you're in here, the interior is is actually beautiful. So I'll give you guys a better look at what this looks like. This is kind of the middle console piece right here. This is where all of your buttons and air temperature and heated seats and everything is located. Also on the door, this is where all of your adjustments are for your seats. So similar to a Mercedes, they have everything just located right here so that it's very easy. You don't have to be like putting your hands under your seat to try to adjust it. Then you have your unlock, lock button. This has Meridian surround in it, which I'm gonna get to later, but it's an amazing sound system. And then all of your regular buttons like your windows and this is the door handle. It's pretty big, but that's how you open the door. And then when you come to the steering wheel, it has a bunch of buttons on it. There's actually a lot of buttons. But this is over here. This is how you adjust the volume, your up and down. Then you have this, which selects the track, and then this adjusts like the middle of the screen there. So one thing that this car also has a lot of is safety features. So this car has lane keep assist. It also has cameras on the front of the car and like sensors all around it, so that if you're parking or you're driving down the road and somebody stops in front of you, it has the like the safety in it where it will stop your car and make sure that you don't rear end anybody, essentially. So you guys can see right away that when you're sitting in this car, because it's only 2 seats, space is very limited. There's not a lot of room in here to keep things if you're wanting this car for long road trips. The seat is right up against this back piece, which has this little compartment that I guess you could put something in. I don't really know what you would put in there, but it's just, I guess, something that would hold a phone or another set of keys or something. But then it has the back window back there, and it also has this thing, which is for putting in a car seat, which I don't know if you would ever put a car seat in this car, but just in case you want to do that, it has the option to hook your ar seat in right there. So in terms of space also, this is the glove box. You guys can see that it's pretty basic glove box. They have some space over there, which you could put your phone in or whatever your passenger wants to put in. There is 2 cup holders right here, which is pretty standard. And then you also have this piece right here, which opens, and that's where I have my iPhone cord plugged in, and this isn't very big at all, so I have my wallet in there. And other than that, that is kind of all the room that you get in here. Sometimes there's like a cupboard, like a little thing over here, but there's nothing there. So one detail that I want to point out in this car that I think is really nice is the trim and just like the liner that's in here. This is all like Alcantara, like crazy, feels really nice. You can just tell that the quality inside this car is amazing. Now you guys can also see just like the seats, when you rub your hand on it, it feels so nice. And the stitching is incredible. Like everything looks very nice. And then these seats are also very lightweight, so when you're sitting in them, that just like hugs your body really well, and it just, it feels like a racing seat almost. Now also above me there is a massive sunroof, which I think is really nice. It lets more light into the car, but it doesn't actually open. So this part, it has like a shade that you can close and open, and it goes pretty far back, but it is very big. So if you're wanting a lot of light in here, you guys can kind of see like that. It definitely helps, and it just gives you like a better view if you're driving anywhere and you want to look up and see buildings or something. There's an option to do that. So overall, the interior of the car, you can definitely tell that this car, I think exactly, is around $117,000 Canadian, and so you can tell that the quality and everything that you would expect to be in a car that's over $100,000 is definitely in here. One thing that I also wanted to show you guys is that when you turn the car on, and I won't turn it on all the way, but if I just turn it on like this, this whole part right here is an air vent. So as you can see, there's only a vent over there and a vent on this side. But if I show you guys what this looks like, you just go here to this little part, and when you put it on your face, this part will pop up, and that is how you have your air vents. That's how you get air to be blowing on you in many different directions. You just have to make sure that that's turned on. Okay, so to go over some of the interior buttons and some of the dials, these 3 dials are for your temperature. This one is to turn it on and off. So when you push that, it actually just controls that, and then you can control your fan speed with the middle one. So when the car is on, when you have these 2 side dials here, you can push them, and this brings up your heated seats. So it has the option to do heated seats. It doesn't have cooling seats, but then when you push it again, you can adjust your temperature on your side. So this one has the same thing. You just push it, heated seats, and then you push it again, you can adjust the temperature. Now under that, you have an auto, you have your AC, you have just a recycling air, and then you have your max. And then you have these 2, which is just the front and the rear defroster. Then over here you have, when you switch it up, it goes into a mode that's rain, ice, or snow mode. And then when you click it down, it goes into a dynamic mode, which is like your sport mode. Now, one cool option that this car has is that there's this button right here, which is for your exhaust. So right now I have it on, and if I turn it off, it actually makes the exhaust a lot quieter. So when I turn it on, it like gives it more of like a deeper sound. And then right down here is your automatic stop button, and then you have an option for your wing when you're going down the highway at high speeds. So I'm going to show you guys what the exhaust button does, because I think it's a pretty cool feature that you get in this car. So right now that feature is off, and when I start the car, I'll put the camera behind so that you guys can hear it, but there's a big difference. So this is what it sounds like with the button off. So it's a little bit quieter, and now this is what it sounds like with the button on. So there's a pretty big difference when you turn that button on. I think that's a really cool feature, especially if you're going on long straight roads like this and you really want to push the gas. It makes the inside of the car and just like everything sound really aggressive. So if that's what you want, it has a button for it. But the next thing I want to show you guys is how much space you get in the trunk of the car, because the whole front of the car is taken by the engine, and then the back, they still give you somewhat of some space. So when you open it, this is what the back of it looks like. They actually give you quite a bit of space. So for being a small 2-door coupe, I think that they actually give you, like, this is all open under here as well. So this is a pretty big trunk back here. And then when you pull this thing up, you guys can see that it's just like carpet, and then there's like a jack and stuff under there. And then you have these 2 hooks right here. And then you also have these like bungee cord things over here. But as far as the trunk goes, that is what it looks like. And it's actually kind of nice. They have this little handle right here that you can pull down, or you can just push this button and the trunk comes down. So that's actually super nice. It has quite a bit of room back there. Okay, so now let's open the hood and see what is in the front of the F-Type. So when you pull the lever inside to unhook the Jaguar F-Type, you actually pull it from right here, and the engine comes up this way. So it doesn't come up like a traditional hood would. It actually comes up the other way, which it looks really cool when it's up, but this is what it looks like. And as you guys can see, there's the huge V8 engine, which is super nice. So yeah, like I said, that engine produces 550 horsepower and 502 foot-pounds of torque, which when you're driving the car, it feels like a lot of power, especially when you're going from a standstill and you get up to pretty good speed. Right off the line, it's really quick. So now I'm gonna get inside the car and I'm gonna take you guys on a drive and just kind of talk about how it feels to actually drive the F-Type. The first thing that you notice, or like the first thing that I notice, is how it sounds. Now, I don't have the exhaust open right now, but I just feel like as soon as you barely push the gas, it sounds like it's purring almost. And then when you actually push it pretty hard, the exhaust sounds like it opens up. Yeah, when I'm driving, I feel like everything is like very close to me. I don't have to look around to really find anything. And it just feels like it's definitely a little bit of a harder ride because the suspension is a little bit harder. So I'm gonna open the exhaust here and see what it sounds like. And I'm gonna put it in sport mode. So I'm gonna click that little thing down. And so now it says dynamic mode is confirmed. Oh wow, and you can really hear the engine. I don't know if you guys can hear that very well. So overall, this car has some amazing features on it. The engine is amazing. Fuel efficient is not so good in this car, but I mean, you're not buying this car for fuel efficiency. Everything inside feels like it's built with quality, and the seats and everything inside when you're sitting in it feels really comfortable. So yeah, that is my review. All right guys, so that is today's video. That is the 2020 Jaguar F-Type. This is the R, so this is R Dynamic, which is, they have 14 different trims in this car. But yeah, I went over the exterior, the interior, showed you guys a little bit about what this car is. It's an amazing car, super fast, not fuel efficient at all. So yeah, that is the car. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys want me to review more cars like this, then give this video a thumbs up and comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see. But yeah, that is the Jaguar F-Type. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.